All right, welcome back into Market Day Report. Thank you very much for joining us here. Let's take a look and see if anything's changed significantly since the last time we got together, which is about 30 minutes ago. We'll take a look at corn. We'll start there. Still easier here. 3 cents lower in Sep corn to 461. The new crop Dees also 3 cents lower. 484.5 is last. We're off about 3 cents across the board when we talk about corn. How about beans? They're coming back down to earth a little bit, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, 4.5 cents better in August. 12.42 evens last. We've got a new crop Nove board, 6 cents higher to 12.49 3/4. So 4.5 better in August, 5 3/4 better now in Nove. Nove stands just under 12.50 at 12.49.5. Moving over to the Chicago wheat. That's been the story today, folks. 24 cents lower there as we start to sell it off again. 6.72 1/4 last. And look at the range on the day, right? That's about 53, 52 cents if you ask me. Dees is down 23.5 cents to 6.90 1/4 in the March. That's off 23 cents to 70 3/4, 706.70. 706 1/4. I'm getting punch struck now. That's wheat in Chicago. Let's go to the hard red in Kansas City. That's lower too by 24 3/4 cents up front and Sep to 7.35 even. Dees is up or down 24.5 cents to 7.51 1/4. And March is down 24 1/4 cents to 7.63 1/4. We're off around 25 cents across the board in those front three. That's hard red. Kansas City still trending lower. All right, let's take a look and see what the cotton's got for us, and we're going to move into our guest analysts. Cotton's 82 points lower, 80.39's last. That hasn't really moved that much all morning. All right, let's bring him in, Mr. Joe Lardy. He's up in Minnesota at Inver Grove Heights. He's with CHS up there. Thanks for being on the show, brother. Yeah. Long time no see.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on. What's top of mind? What do you got going on?
Well, I think today is all about kind of sorting through all the headlines. And I mean, we've been in this environment lately, right? Where there's a tweet or there's a change in geopolitics, something is happening. And then we deal with that for a few days. And then we deal with weather for a few days. And then we deal with the flash sale announcement from China. But boy, today just the headlines are coming fast and furious, and it's hard to sort out, what to make of what. It feels like we're on a spectrum between we're going to have global peace and we're going to have global war, and everything in between on that spectrum is fair game today. And it's just making these markets incredibly, incredibly difficult to participate in. I mean, even from a simple risk management strategy, these markets are jumping all over the place. And it feels like, we look out our backyard, we look at the weather, we look at how the crop is growing, and then we get the curveball for, in Russia, Ukraine. It's tough to wrap your arms around this.
Yeah, they sell it down hard, and then it comes all the way back, or at least gets a half, then maybe 3/4 of that move back on more comments out of the Ukraine ag minister. And then here we are back selling it off again as I come on with you. It does make it hard. And you know what's really hard about it, Joe, is that these are binary events. It's hard to hedge something that's either black or white, yes or no, up or down. There's no middle. Yeah. Right? So either you're 100% right or you're 100% wrong. That's what makes it hard for the producer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people out there are just looking for some reasonable levels, put some hedges on, feel confident about their marketing plan. And when you're getting whipsawed like this and, the crude market's way up and diesel and gas go way up, and then it comes way back down. And man, the wheat market, it just kind of feels like you're in a washing machine a little bit, where it's taken off higher and coming back down. How do you plan? How do you implement your marketing plan when that kind of stuff is going on? It's really tough.
Yeah. You got to pick your levels, put your levels down on paper, and let the market come to your levels, and don't
be disciplined.
Don't jack around with it, because that's what happens, right? Be disciplined and put it down on paper and let the market come to you. Because I think that as maybe you want to sell it higher and it starts to rally, you think, I'm going to pull my offer. I don't want to. I think I can get more out of it, and then all of a sudden you lose it all. Right, exactly right. And so that's why these producers have got to be disciplined and leave those things alone. Don't get involved. Let them happen, and then at the end of the day, you'll probably be much better off. Correct?
Yep. You bet. Yep. Put those orders in, because if we get a 20, 30 cent pop higher, you can't really plan and pencil that in. But if your order's resting in there, There you go. Great sale made. Good plan.
Right, and they usually a lot of, and then that's been some discipline that we've put, telling when I was a broker, I tell my customers to do it, but leave stuff in overnight too, because you get a lot of moves overnight that you wouldn't have during the day, and sometimes you wake up overnight and you think, okay, well the market didn't move, but you look at the range, you're like, hey, I would have sold some stuff 15 cents higher if I had some stuff in there, right? So you always have to have a plan, be vigilant, and put it down on paper, I guess is what I'm trying to say. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And so many of these events that are taking place are happening 8, 12, 14 hours ahead of us that you're exactly right. When we're comfortably asleep, there's stuff happening in the rest of the world that's really making these markets move around. So have those orders in and let the market reward you for, having a good plan in place.
Real quick before we go, how's the weather been up by you? What's things look like?
It's been warm. We've had a couple cool days, but it's heating up again. And all things considered, we could use a little rain. But, the crop is still looking pretty darn good, pretty darn green. Not seeing a ton of rolling on the corn yet. So fingers crossed, we get a little rain. This crop will be amazing.
National trendline yield for corn and beans, is it still in play, or do you think we're kind of taking a little bit out of it?
I think it's definitely still in play. For sure.
All right. That's what we want to hear. So, all right. Good stuff as usual. Joe, thanks very much for coming on the show.
Bet.
Long time no see, brother. Let's not make it last as long. Have a great weekend until I see you again in probably 2 years whenever I'm doing this again. But appreciate the great content. Joe Lardy, CHS up in Inver Grove Heights. All right. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more. And we're going to do livestock when we come back. We'll do that right after this.